Hello, Sparks, and welcome back to Chosen Ones. Similar to our last season, we're taking a peek at another part of our story before we continue where we left off. Except this time, I'm taking a back seat, as Ripley steps into the DM role to tell this tale. We hope you enjoy.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
Desert sands whip through the air, blowing across the barren landscape as we see a band of warriors march through the wastes. Sand particles tink against the impenetrable armor of Avayath, an up-and-coming hero who assisted in the defeat of Marfire in the village of Duststorm, earning him a claim to fame for fighting valiantly alongside Merlin, the Chosen One. He is hailed as a savior of great renown, but a dark shroud hangs over our hero. We see the swing of a sword, flashes of red, a child falling to the ground in terror as their parents run to their side to tend to their wounds.
Don't touch
Screams of
me.
anger and fear ring in his mind.
Get out! We don't want you here! You're making it worse!
Merlin's words admonishing him,
You said you could handle this.
piercing his heart,
If you are the next chosen one, then God help us.
all while the world burns around him as he fails to stop the demigod Marfire himself. But today he would not make that same mistake. Avayath treks through the red sands, his armored boots trudging through the desert as he travels alongside his band of colleagues, one of whom was there that very day over a year ago, Rue Blackburn. She has remained Avayath's stalwart companion through all of this, through thick and thin, and we briefly glimpse back to the day that they joined up in arms together. Rue walking into the infirmary where Avayath had spent 2 weeks recovering from his battle with Marfire, the two growing to know one another as she tended to his wounds. Now, Rue and Avayath, how would you describe this last 2 weeks you've had together?
Avayath throughout those 2 weeks is very down, unmotivated, very depressed. He struggles to get over it on his own.
Rue at this point is actually a lot more reserved. She probably doesn't quite have the words to comfort you yet, but she's trying. She would have been coming almost every day to check on you to make sure that you're healing up okay. Her conversations with you would have been light. She tries not to mention what happened. At this point, she's also not religious. So
That's going to be a problem.
she would have talked to you a little bit about her little desert village here and how she, hasn't really gotten out and done anything. She lives alone with her father in this town and helps take care of him, basically. They have a farm. It's never come up, but her dad is a gardener specifically. He sells flowers.
I would say on this particular day, Rue, you walk into the infirmary where you see Avayath has seemingly making a full recovery at this point, and is in the midst of putting on his armor, the 10 minutes that it takes every day,
Yeah.
as he seems to be preparing to head off from the village.
Oh,
Rue, I'm preparing to leave now, but before I do so, I just wanted to thank you. I've, been through a lot throughout these past couple of weeks, so I can't thank you enough for being there for me.
I mean, it's no problem. You helped us just as much as, if not more than, I've helped you. I know you don't like to talk about what happened, but it wasn't your fault. You know, it's hard when stuff like this messes with people.
I wanted to quit. I just didn't know if I was up to this kind of thing. It's thanks to you that I feel like I can stand on my own 2 feet again.
That's, you're leaving?
Yep, I've decided I'm going to keep trying. I can't be a hero if I give up every time things go wrong.
I see. And she's like hiding something behind her back.
So, got anything before I go?
Oh, well, it's just, I saw you reading it all the time, and your copy looked kind of, worn and weathered, so I thought maybe, she pulls out, it looks like, the full version of the Elemental Bible, not just the
I
little
knew it.
booklet that you carry around, for Claytor. And she's like, I didn't know that it was a part of a larger, pantheon, but we had some copies in our, stores, and I found one that maybe would be a little bit nicer. Like I said, it seems the one that you've had has been leafed through so many times.
Yes, certainly. I've been keeping that old thing around forever. But this is fantastic. A gift for me. I appreciate that so much.
Yes, it's a little used, I guess, at this point. I've been leafing through it before I was going to give it to you. I wanted to know what made you so interested in it, I guess.
Well, maybe it's a little hard to explain. It's a guide for me, I guess. It helps to keep me grounded and helps to keep the importance of morals in mind for me.
A guide.
Yes. What's more important than being strong is being a good person is something my parents like to emphasize a lot.
Wise words to live by?
Certainly. Couldn't agree more. So really, this means a lot to me. This little Bible here is sentimental for me.
Well, you don't have to take it if you prefer yours. That's okay.
Oh. I mean, I don't mind either way. Sure, go ahead and keep yours.
Okay. She puts it back in her bag.
It sounds like you've grown an interest in it.
I've been looking through, reading some of the other stories and things inside. A few caught my eye. I've never been to, church or anything like that. Obviously, we had the issue with, Marfire, and it kind of turned me away from everything for a while. My father was a worshipper of hers for a brief period, obviously, with everything. It's been interesting to read about others. I guess there's a whole world outside this village.
Indeed. There's a lot of bad gods, but there's a lot of good ones. The world's a big place.
And you're going out into it alone? Merlin left weeks ago.
Well, I have to start somewhere.
Do you... Would you like company? At least till you get to the next village. I know this part of the country like the back of my hand, even if it's just this part.
You're going to come with me? Are you sure about that?
Just to the next village. I don't want to slow you down or anything. I don't really know what I can do with these delicate hands of mine.
I think you could do plenty. Someone with a strong will can go a long way.
Well, I'd be happy to show you.
I mean, if you're sure, it could be a little dangerous out there, but I'd appreciate it.
At the very least, I can make sure that we have enough supplies and that things will be okay for you.
Sounds great. You're a very kind person, Rue. Thank you again.
I think I've made as many things grow in this village as I can at this point. It's hard to have a garden in a desert.
Certainly, I would imagine so. Do you want to leave this place?
I've talked with my father about it, actually, the last few days, when it seemed like you were getting better and ready to leave.
Oh?
He agrees. He's been keeping up Mother's business for so long that he thinks maybe it is time that we move to something else.
I think that sounds like a wonderful idea. If you want to go out and see the world, you should do so. Chase the dream, you know? Life's only so long, after all.
Right. Before it all wilts away.
Exactly. If you want to go out and see the world, you should come with me.
Okay, you've convinced me. She's
Excellent.
And from there, Rue would lead you along to the next village and the next, and soon you two found yourselves traveling the world together, stepping into a life of nonstop danger and adventure. The two of you fought through swaths of undead, cultists threatening to rip Varun apart, and monstrous gargantuan beasts that threatened to destroy the countryside, saving the day again and again against all odds and forming new friendships along the way. And it is during this time where we look into another one of said friendships as we pan over to the two other heroes traveling alongside you. We look to the siblings by the names of Florent and Janus, who were among Avayath's first encountered companions as he adventured with Rue. It was in the city of Lullin their paths would cross, where Avayath and Rue were seeking refuge in the Firefly Tavern. Upon entering this place, while there was some life within the establishment from people drinking and enjoying a meal, two individuals in particular caught Avayath and Rue's eye. A pair of siblings seemingly hounding the barkeep, who looks anxiously between the two. A few patrons seem to be visibly irritated by this, but they remain at their tables otherwise. Behind the barkeep, on the shelf, there appear to be a number of glowing bottles of liquid labeled God's Liquor. During your time here, you've come to learn that Lullin is currently faced with an unknown sickness and has been using God's Liquor to assist in subduing said sickness. Would you, Zen and Shayna, like to introduce your characters?
I'm playing Florent. He is a little sheep person. He has the sheep ears and horns. His pronouns are he, they, and he is a fighter, Eldritch Knight. He's very excitable and peppy, maybe a little chaotic. And he's the younger sibling.
I am playing Janus. Janus is the older brother of Florent. He's an arcane trickster rogue. And I would say, compared to Florent, he's much more reserved and subdued. He always looks like he's thinking about something, that he has something on his mind. He's very protective of his brother. And they pretty much stick together. They're a pair, they're a duo. Whatever Florent is doing, he's going to be there as well.
Speaking of what Florent is doing, he is excitably talking with the barkeep, asking about the potions behind him. Really? They can really cure anything?
Yeah, I mean, that's what God's Liquor's about. They're the, tears of a god, after all.
So, tears of a god should, be able to cure, just anything, right?
I mean, that's the properties. I don't know how much clearer I can make it. You've asked me this a couple times now.
I was just making sure. Hi, my name's Florent. He goes to hand out his hand for a handshake.
Okay. He'll give you a tentative handshake.
Florent grabs the hand more tightly than might be necessary for a handshake And he says, so, hypothetically, if I broke your hand, you could cure it with those?
It's more like a disease thing. What are you talking about? Let go of my hand.
But you said it could cure anything.
Yeah, like a disease, not broken bones. What are you talking about?
Janus, what do you think?
So Janus is standing behind Florent, and he has barely batted an eye. He's not believing a fucking single thing this man is saying. And I would say he's just standing there, arms crossed. So you have this god's liquor and this tavern, and you're charging how much for it again?
Well, it's hard to come by, obviously. It's not easy getting tears of a god.
Yeah, it certainly is hard to come by. Hard to come by for the people who need it. I would say if you needed something that could heal you, such as a broken hand, and you tried to come across something that would help, I don't think you would appreciate if it was, not helping.
Is something wrong here?
Yeah, this dude's trying to break my fucking hand.
Well, he said he could heal it with those potions.
Doesn't mean it's not gonna hurt. What are you talking about?
It's still going to hurt his hand, even if it can be healed.
I just feel like you should stand by your principles if you're going to sell things for, how much were they again?
He looks nervously at the insistence on the price, but he keeps his mouth shut.
I don't think breaking his hand is a solution. You can just not buy it.
You're just going to get yourselves arrested.
So Janus, at that point, kind of turns towards them and kind of quirks an eyebrow, just kind of irritably. And who the hell are you supposed to be?
That doesn't really matter here, does it?
He tilts his head and he's just you have no idea what's going on.
I don't, but I'm letting you explain it to me if you could just let go of him real quick.
We don't need to explain it to you.
I'm afraid I can't just stand by while you attack random people.
Yeah, help me out. This handshake's getting real tight.
Rue looks behind the counter and she sees the bottles of God's liquor and her eyes kind of open in surprise and recognition. How did you get so much of that?
I'm a lucky guy, Alpha, praise be. He does a little cross over his chest and points up.
Her eyes narrow. That's not the direction you're supposed to point.
What do you know about my
She's
faith?
across the sea. You're supposed to point to the west.
He looks nervously at that and is looking around the tavern.
Like I said, that's pretty hard stuff to come by. Would you mind if I take a look? I might be interested in buying some.
You look with your eyes, not with your hands. Look, I'll give you as much as you want if you get these guys off of me.
She looks to Avayath for guidance.
He's gonna grab Florent's wrist. This is no way to conduct a conversation. I'm gonna have to ask you to let go right now.
Well, this way is no way to conduct a business.
Janus holds a hand, his right hand. He's gonna hold it out towards Avayath. Let go. Now.
Tell your sibling to let go.
Florent squeezes harder.
Avayath squeezes harder.
Rue puts her hands up. Could we calm down?
I'm just telling you to let go. I'm not telling you to drop the issue. You're violently assaulting someone in public and not explaining yourselves.
You know what? You're right. He lets go of the hand.
He pulls his hand away from you and shakes it, red and throbbing. He's just ugh.
Yeah, because he has an armored hand, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Avayath will let go. It's a little bit shady you're not giving a price.
Or letting me see it.
Like I said, lady, look with your eyes, not your hands.
Okay. And she casts Detect Magic.
You find that they are indeed enchanted, but they're not enchanted with any sort of healing magic. It seems instead that they're currently giving off illusion magic.
Florent is actually going to use his spark. Vibrant Lash. As a bonus action, Florent can spontaneously cause a surprisingly strong glowing white ribbon to sprout from his hand or an adjacent surface. This lash has the reach of 30 feet and can be used in one of the following ways as the part of the same bonus action. And I want to use the playful pull/push. As he lets go of this man's hand, his own hand, the palm of it will glow white as well as his horns and eyes, and he will extend it out past the guy to grab a few bottles.
Yeah, you watch as this vibrant ribbon whips out from Florent's hand and grabs some bottles from the shelf. As the guy tries to grab them as they're flung off, he's like, "Whoa, hey!"
He will use that same ribbon to push the rest of the bottles to the ground.
At which point, you watch a few of the people at the bar stand up from their seats and begin to move over towards your group.
What are you doing?
I'm not touching it with my hands.
Yeah, but you're destroying my fucking merchandise! The hell's wrong with you?
He holds up with the ribbon to show to Avayath and Rue. He's like, do these look like convincing?
They're forgeries.
That's what Janus thought.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Forgeries? How do you even forge something like that? I don't know anything about that.
How would you guys say this is forged?
This is illusion magic. And her mouth is in like a tight line as she's looking at the barkeep. Why would you do something like that? You're just dragging Ilther's name through the mud.
As you say that, these 4 fairly hulking figures approach you all. Hey, the boss wants you to get out of here. You're kind of ruining his business right now.
Open wide!
What?
And he will release the potions at the big guys.
You throw these glass bottles at these figures as they shatter across them all. As they're like, ah! As they stumble backwards and immediately become hostile
Oopsie.
and begin to attack. As you watch these figures pull out knives and blades and such as they rush you all, including the barkeep.
Yeah, so as Florent does that, Janus kind of like almost expects it at this point, but he's just gonna be like, we're not leaving till we get back all of that money these people gave you.
Over my dead body, kid!
As the sound of chaos erupts, Rue looks to Avayath with a raised eyebrow and kind of like a knowing smile, and she's just like, I think there might be a noise complaint in this bar we should take care of.
I don't like this approach, but okay.
I think we should contact the police. And then...
You're not wrong, but...
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Rue is upset because they're making a forgery about something about a rod, so
Yeah.
something that comes from
yeah,
a rod.
that too. He's mad at everybody here.
As the fight erupts, Florent, much like he has been acting, in his fighting style, he is quite chaotic. He's bouncing around everywhere. He has a rapier that he uses. He seems to do attacks to every so often go in tandem with Janus's.
So you are jabbing and slicing through this crowd as they are trying to get a good vantage point on the two of you, but you two are so in sync with one another as you move around each other that they can't really seem to pin you guys down.
Janus is he's moving in sync with Florent. They seem to know each other's fighting styles pretty well. Janus has not drawn a weapon, I would say. I don't think he really sees a need to currently, but as the big thugs or whatever are coming at him, he's easily evading their attacks and then just kind of striking them, with his hands and stuff like that, where they're vulnerable and kind of where they're exposed and stuff and overreaching and everything. He throws them into Florent's attacks and whatnot, almost just kind of belittling them.
Okie doke, yeah. As one of them tries to run towards you with their hands over their head, trying to bring them down on you, you quickly use their own body weight against them and their momentum to force them towards Florent, who easily dispatches them.
Yeah, and I will say, despite how these two are dressed, they're dressed very much as if to look like officials. They look like almost soldiers, but their fighting styles are much like street fighting kind of styles. They do not look like they've been trained to do this.
I see. Rue would cast magic weapon on her rapier, and you see these fireflies start to float around it as she brandishes it and just puts it in front of one of the guys. I can promise you're outclassed.
We'll see about that. As he rushes towards you before you easily outclass him. He seems to just be violently, like, swinging his arms with his weapon in hand without much thought to it.
She looks to the other people left after she's knocked this guy down with, like, barely a sweat and gives a smile. I would stop if I were you. My mentor's next. And she looks to Avayath.
Let her stand down. Avayath will use a spark to levitate one of them into the air, and then just use his shield like bonk another one, and generally use unarmed strikes, trying not to kill them.
Yeah, you watch one of them begin to float into the air. We'll say the barkeep specifically, like, whoa, as he floats off the ground into the air. Kill these fucking guys, hurry up! The others begin to rush you, but Avayath, with your sturdy armor and your shield, easily just deflect their attacks. As one of them goes to punch you, you just the metal like, and they're like, fuck! As they like shake their hand as you bash them over the head and they collapse into a table, while the others attempt to stab towards you, but you move out of the way using your shield to protect yourself.
Wow, you're so fun.
I'd rather not be fun right about now.
Well, you flew him in the air and then you went bonk with your shield.
Rue, she's smiling. She's gotten a little bit more, like, rebellious in the last couple months that she's been with Avayath, probably much to his dismay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just so serious.
Well, maybe that's even more fun.
He's nicer than he seems, I swear.
I'm sure we could have gone off on a better foot if we didn't meet under such circumstances, but we should try and tie all of them up so no one escapes.
That's right.
You manage to capture the lot of them as the guard, the trusty guard, make their way to the building. Seeing what has transpired, they actually recognize you specifically, Avayath, as they look to you and your party and are just like, what seems to be the issue here?
Seems like these guys are running a rather unlawful business, and upon being exposed to their tactics, they decided to get violent, it seems.
He looks over them and then looks to the bottles of quote-unquote god liquor on the ground and such, looking it over as multiple people come into the bar to apprehend the people you've tied up, seemingly recognizing the barkeep as a fairly known criminal within the criminal underworld of Varun, before dragging him off alongside his colleagues, before thanking you all for your service.
Avayath thanks them in return.
Rue puts a hand on Avayath's shoulder as they approach. Remember this name, Avayath Abaddon.
It's gonna be a big one day.
It will be.
Avayath Abaddon.
Ignore everyone else's name here. No, she doesn't say that. No.
He gives a solid nod before taking these folks away.
As for you two, he turns to Florent and Janus, you two are lucky that you're not the ones that got arrested today. We should probably try submitting that to the proper authorities first.
Florent puts his hands on his hips and he's like, I don't want to go to jail.
That's why you shouldn't assault people.
It's true that you likely would have gotten in quite a bit more trouble if they hadn't started fighting too.
He looks to Janus.
Janus sighs, actually, and at first it seems like he's going to take Florent's side. But he says, they're right. This could have gone much differently. I would have been with you either way, but he just kind of looks around the town that they're in and he's just like, we could have kept walking.
I think after what we saw, those poor people, I think even you couldn't have not done anything.
I also don't agree that you should have just walked past.
Certainly, something has to be done, and I find your sense of justice admirable. You've done something heroic today. Just try to be more careful with how you approach things is all.
Janus rolls his eyes, and I'm sure Florent laughed, because, like, speaking of, like, being careful and stuff, Janus is, like, typically pretty aware of things, I would say.
I've been wondering what my fireflies have been buzzing about. Seems someone's been claiming to make God's liquor again.
I'm impressed you picked up on it so quickly.
Well, when I say it's difficult to find, that's an understatement.
I didn't even know what it was.
Very few people have wandered out into the ocean that far and come back, let alone been able to make contact with a goddess, as much as you can from a distance. But she cries enough to fill an ocean.
Yes, I wouldn't expect to find gods like in a place like this. And if it's illusion magic, there's no doubt that was fake.
Pretty poor illusion magic at that, Rue says, like, looking at one of the bottles that she grabbed.
It seems like it's infused with the light cantrip at most.
In a town like this, people will believe anything if it gives them hope.
Rue's looking at the bottle kind of sadly, and the fireflies that are around her are like kind of like running into it, like when moths are like attacking a light. But it's not like that. It's like aggressive, like they're annoyed. Like you can almost hear from how fast they're going, like the buzzing that she's mentioned. And she's like, all right, and she throws it to the ground and smashes it, and then they kind of lazily fly away. You said that there were people who got caught up in this. What do you mean by that?
They were selling that fake medicine to the people of this town at exorbitant prices, way higher than what was needed.
1,000 gold a bottle, would you believe?
That is certainly a lot. Even God's liquor itself doesn't charge that much.
That's awful. Are these people still in need of help? Rue and I are quite good at healing.
My goddess Elther, we get sent on quests sometimes. I had a feeling something was going on here.
At them asking like where like the people are, Janus just kind of gestures. Just look around.
As people wander by, you notice many people are very frail. Listening to the sound of the city streets, you can hear very hoarse coughing and the pained groans of those inside as they seem to be suffering from some sort of disease.
From what I can tell, this plague isn't magical in nature. There's something here that's making these people sick.
We were hoping to find out what, but we came across this fake solution first.
I see.
But if you can help these people alleviate their stress already...
We can start by healing the people we can find. But I'm no medical expert. I don't know how to get to the bottom of where this could come from. Perhaps we could try asking them some questions?
Well, I'm sure with Janus's brain, anything can be done.
He sighs.
Over the course of the next month or so, Rue and Avayath, the two of you, stay in this town of Lullen with Janus and Florent, assisting the people the best you can, and find that over time and through your assistance of healing magics, you manage to begin helping people towards recovery far more easily, especially with Rue on your side, having the blessing of a goddess who is known to be able to cure others. This plague quickly, under the guidance of you four, subsides.
That should be the last of them. Everyone's better now.
That's great news.
Finally. I didn't expect it to take this long.
To think everyone was just eating raw meat. No, I'm
I think everyone was just petting the sewer rats every day. Oh my goodness.
What you had learned coming from this disease is it seems like there was an ochre jelly that had taken refuge within the town well. The slime oozing off of it, infecting the water and creating this toxic substance that, when consumed, began to immediately take hold within a person's body and gunk them up essentially with literal slime.
Ew.
That was causing them great illness. But quickly being able to identify that, you were able to find the people infected with this jelly and assist in their healing process, as it was more of a poison than it was an actual illness. And because of that, Avayath and Rue, your abilities, lay on hands, you can cure poisons, which allowed the two of you to assist in removing these poisons from the people of this village.
I'd say that Janus is probably the one whose investigation led to the discovery of that jelly.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
But he and Florent are not equipped to deal. They don't have lay on hands or anything like that. So it's good that they ran into Avayath and Rue.
It's through the combined effort of the four of you that you found yourselves capable of healing this village.
Well, that's probably the worst thing that will ever come out of a well, so it's good that we took care of that.
You're such an asshole, dude.
thank you two for allowing us to get to the bottom of this whole disease problem.
Well, thank you for helping us cure these people. I don't think I had anything that could have helped.
No problem at all. And just another step in my journey of heroism.
What were you both doing after this?
Well, I was thinking of going... Florent spins around in a circle, holding his hand out, before stopping. Probably that way.
Did you just pick it?
What is that way?
Okay, you did just pick it random. Why don't you journey with us? We can take you to more exciting locations rather than the middle of nowhere.
Inviting us?
Yes, we could always use more help. We can go around helping people just like we did today, or throughout the past month, really.
Florent looks to Janus as he does a little thinking finger to his chin.
Janus is like, no, God, no.
Rue speaks up and is just like, one of the quests I've been given is to travel with as many interesting people as I can, and I'd say you two fit that.
We are sort of a duo, but you guys were really fun. I think I'd like to go with you.
Janus just sighs and like puts a hand on his like just face palms.
I say the more the merrier. It's safer to have more people to fight along your side.
That's something that Janus might like to hear.
Yeah, and like Avayath says that he's like Janus is like, oh well, now that you mention it.
Yeah, and through this conversation and your month together, the four of you decide to take to adventuring alongside one another, assisting the countryside and having a little bit more smarts and tact on your side now as you traverse the lands. And it is during these adventures, within the very last month, that Avayath, you learned of sightings of Marfire once more.
Get out! We don't want you here! You're making it worse!
In a city off in the desert, the city of Kokinos, or otherwise known as the Red City. Knowing the damage that she has caused, having experienced it firsthand, you and your allies took to the city of Kokinos to deal with the task at hand. The four of you stand at the precipice of what very well might be the defining rematch of Avayath's career as a hero. You stand atop this dune looking over a mining town, activity within the city being relatively low, as a lot of its infrastructure seems to be very old. The sands surrounding this city of Kokinos have shifted from their tan and yellow hues to a ruddy red color due to the high amounts of iron dust generated by this mining town at one point, earning it the title of the Red City. Though in recent years, that iron deposit has seemingly dried up, forcing many out and off to work in greener pastures. Yet a few stubborn folk remain, swearing that there are still riches to be found within these mines. And as you begin to step down the dunes, you and your allies begin to enter into the city itself. As you pass through its wooden gate, the city is surrounded by some flimsy wooden boards that act as a wall against any desert beasts. You enter into the city proper, where you're immediately greeted with an iron statue, this statue being a tribute to a famed hero whose birthplace is this city, one that Avayath would be particularly familiar with. This hero's name is Elio the Phoenix, known for his heroic deeds in the face of insurmountable odds and never seeming to be able to be brought down, despite how many times the horrors of the world tried to break him. It has been several years since the last sighting of Elio, as his name has since faded into relative obscurity, though for somebody like Avayath, who had grown up idolizing heroes and the Chosen One particularly, this figure is one that stood out in his mind from a young age.
Rue kind of playfully shoves at Avayath and is just like, can you imagine having one of those?
I mean, it would be quite the honor, I imagine.
It looks just like you.
Does it now?
Big armor.
Well, that's not me. That's Elio the Phoenix. Someone who is believed to be impossible to beat down, but always keep getting back up. The kind of man that many admire.
I've heard of him. You want to be like that then, someday?
I certainly would love that. It's my dream.
So Janus and Florent have been traveling with Avayath and Rue as a party now for months, right? Before they got here.
Yes, it would be a few months at this point. Probably like four-ish months at this point.
With all of this like time they have spent together like as a party, I want to say that Janus probably initially saw Avayath as like a well-meaning but naive idealist. He thought he was like really prone to making quick judgments. He relied too much on like rigid rules. He knew Avayath was like earnest, but he probably found that earnestness really tiresome. But over the months, I think he would have witnessed Avayath's like dedication to protecting people, especially like the innocent, like his genuine courage and his strength in combat. So I think that Janus has come to respect Avayath way more than he did when they initially met, because Janus actually, he really does respect competence above almost everything else. So
Do keep in mind, he keeps proclaiming at this point in time that he's going to be the next chosen one.
yeah, and Janus is probably just like, yeah, okay, sure.
Rue would back it up. She'd be like, he is.
Yeah.
Like,
So when you become a chosen one, you'll get a big statue like this then.
Yep, it's gonna happen someday. Just you wait.
sooner than you think.
If we're talking in party terms, Janus, he would, before it was always just him and Florent. I think as a party, he would really appreciate that, and actually probably does appreciate being in a party with them. And he would probably take on like a more backseat role. Like he'd probably be more of like the tactical mind, like the observant one, the one who like keeps everybody like safe and like just kind of aware of everything that's going on. Like he'll like come with the info and XYZ.
Rue is definitely like Avayath's hype man. The words that she like had struggled to find while he was recovering, she's tried to like make up tenfold. Like now that they travel together, she, I would say, definitely seems like she holds herself back for him. Like she seems to be a little bit more ready to fight, but she always waits for his like permission first when they come into conflict.
You guys step into a worn-down city as the wood and stone that makes up the buildings here are largely cracked and weathered as the desert air has taken its toll on this small mining town. It sits at a slope. As you can see, this city appears to be like halfway down into a ditch, where the cliff face at the very end of the city, at the very lowest point, appears to be where the mines had once been. And as you are walking through, you can see a number of people occasionally moseying about. The activity here is fairly low as far as like towns you've been in. It seems there aren't nearly as many people here as it would suggest from the outskirts, as most have seemingly left at this point. But there are a few places of interest that might be able to help you start finding the Marfire and her cult that have been spotted within this area, such as the saloon, there's a blacksmith, and there's an apothecary that all might be points of interest for you.
Might want to go to the blacksmith, get myself a new suit of armor.
A new suit?
Yes.
You've worn the same one since I met you.
Yes, exactly. It's nice to get a fresh set every now and then. I don't want one that looks different though.
For continuity, huh?
Exactly. When people tell my heroic tale, it's going to be difficult to keep changing my appearance.
So right. I want to go to the saloon. Bye-bye.
Oh, okay.
Janus sighs and then follows.
You can see when you all stepped into the town, Florent has done his what is now kind of usual, his like playful marching.
And is Rue going with Avayath then?
Of course.
Yeah, I figured. Okie doke. Then we will follow Avayath and Rue first. As the two of you walking through this town come upon what appears to be a closed smithery, whose forge has long since gone cold and its tools pulled from their positions on their racks. The building is built of very old, dry and cracked wood and cobblestone that seems to have been here since around the town's founding. The windows appear to be boarded up as you see a fairly elderly human man with a body sculpted through many years of hard work, currently hammering a sign to the door that says permanently closed, as he appears to have a pack, like a backpack, next to him on the ground as he is hammering this sign in.
Closing down already. A shame.
Closing down permanently.
Seems like they don't get business here anymore.
Rue approaches this man who's closing down the shop.
He wipes his brow and pulls the pack up before turning around to see the two of you and gives you both a friendly wave.
Well met, travelers.
Yes, excuse me. I hope you don't mind. Well, first of all, are you willing to, sell what you already have for a discount? By any chance?
I don't really have much anymore.
Why are you closing down?
Well, look around you, miss. The wells of iron have dried up, and trade in and out of this city has long since ended. There's not a lot of business here without iron in the mines. Harder and harder to make a living these days.
I'm sorry.
Well, such is life. I can't wait for the supposed riches to be found in the mines as much as people claim there might be mithril within. I've got to make a living elsewhere, it seems.
Is there a particular reason why things can't be found in the mines anymore, or is it just been all dug up by now?
It's been far since all dug up as far as we've seen. We've tried again and again to breach that hole and find gold inside, but there's not much left at this point. Strange, though, lately, quite a few people have been flocking to the city this last month. You all are a little different than them, though. Wouldn't suppose you're a part of the same party, then.
Same party of who?
They're a bunch of, cloaked figures. They wear, red tabards alike to one another. Says they've taken up camp in the mines, probably looking for that old mithril.
She kind of has a glance towards Avayath. We were actually here under reports that Marfire had been spotted in this region.
You see his brow furrow as he strokes his long beard.
It's like Marfire. Can't say I'm particularly familiar with that name, though I haven't left the city since I moved here the first time 50 years ago.
The cloaked figures is certainly concerning.
Perhaps it was a good idea to make my way out of the city then.
I wish you well, and a safe travel.
Much appreciated. I've got a brother in Greenflower that says I can help with his forge, so at the very least I have a job lined up for me once I get there.
Greenflower's not going anywhere. You'll get lots of business there.
Hoping for the best. What brings the two of you here?
Well, as we said, we were interested in finding Marfire.
I see. I don't know the name Marfire, but if they've recently come into the city, it's probably one of the figures, one of those cloaked figures themselves. What can you say about them? Maybe I can assist.
Does this sound familiar to Rue and Avayath, having experienced Marfire before? The cloaked figures?
The cult of Marfire, known as the Order of Ash, typically wear red a lot. So these red tabards that this man has described sound familiar. They're particularly identified by a symbol on their person, like an emblem that depicts a sun, like a golden sun.
Those people that came by are certainly most likely her followers.
I see.
You should be wary of them. That cult is an ember that turns into a flame.
That sounds concerning, to be sure. You're the heroic type, then, here to deal with that, I assume?
Yes, precisely.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. I hope you can save what little ice left in this town.
We certainly will, don't you worry. It'll be one of the many accomplishments of Avayath, the Chosen One.
Rue, beams.
Chosen One. There was a kid here who used to claim the same.
There's quite the prophecy to back it up, so I have no doubt in my mind that it'll be me. Just you wait.
Best of luck to you then, Chosen One. Hope to hear more about you.
Who was the kid who had such lofty dreams?
He was a young lad. He made a name for himself. He's the pride of the town. His name was Elio.
Oh, looks like you had competition, Avayath.
There were claims he was going to be Chosen One at some point. He certainly believed it himself. He used to spout the same sort of sentiments. Haven't seen him in quite some time, though. Hope he's doing well.
Adventurers have a tendency to wander off.
Indeed. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for indulging an old man like myself. Not very often do you see such colorful folk coming through an old rundown town like this.
Thank you for all the information. You've been a great help as well.
Of course. Wish you the best on your adventures, Avayath. And you, miss?
My name isn't the one that you need to remember.
Well, it's still polite to get a stranger's name. Mine's Leopold.
Leopold. I'm Rue.
Pleasure to meet you, Rue. Well, you two take care then. Perhaps one day, if you ever stop by Greenflower, I can, maybe fix something up for you proper.
I'm sure we'll be all over this country.
Yeah, he smiles. He grabs his stuff and begins to walk off.
She turns to Avayath.
We should go see if anyone else is still around with information then. Sorry you won't get your new same armor.
That's quite alright. What's more important is that it looks like we got a lead at least.
Are you doing okay?
I'm doing perfectly fine, yes.
Good. Good.
Don't worry about me too much. And also, one more thing. Have a little more confidence in yourself. Your name's just as important as mine.
I'm not the one doing such big things.
You're by my side, aren't you? I'd say those are pretty big things already.
She just gives a polite nod at that.
And Avayath gives her a pat on the back that's maybe a little too hard.
Falls into the sand.
Yeah. Fucking sand goes up everywhere.
You're plenty worthy already, Rue. Believe in yourself.
It's just your shadow goes so far sometimes. It's easy to get lost in.
You shine brighter than you realize.
Maybe I can help make that shadow a little longer then.
Sounds good.
Stop. Sorry.
We will move over to the saloon with the Ramshacks siblings. We find that... What'd you say?
I forgot we didn't say our last name.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
You find that the saloon appears to be the most active place within the city, as old miners drink and enjoy a meal, as a small band plays music in the corner. As you enter, though, in classic Western fashion, the music cuts as everyone's attention turns towards the two of you. Some of their brows furrow at your appearance, clearly mimicking that of soldiers, some grumbling beneath their breath before going back to their meals. But otherwise, you are fairly unaccosted within the saloon. The bartender you see appears to be a fire genasi similar to Rue, as he cleans a glass, looking you up and down as you enter the establishment.
on their way to the saloon. So were there any people like on the street walking around or like in the, outside?
There were a few walking about, though it was very few people walking through the city. This is by far the smallest amount of people you've seen in a town.
Janus will remember that. What were they? So what's the general kind of vibe then of the people that he did see, or like the town that he noted? Or should I roll for that? Like just something that he might have noticed, like a trait, I guess, before heading into the saloon.
As far as you could tell, a lot of the people here seem to be on the older side. Seems like a lot of the folks who stayed within the city seem to be older, more stubborn, not wanting to leave to uproot themselves. Though you occasionally saw a number of like younger folk playing in the streets or running about. But for the most part, the town seems to, while on the older side and while struggling clearly, the people here don't seem too down-spirited. They seem to still have just a sliver of hope that things will turn around for the Red City.
In the tavern, same kind of situation. A lot of the people are kind of like on the older side.
Yeah, this much more than anywhere else. A lot of the people seem very old. A lot of them still seem to be miners within the city who you can see like their pickaxes, their dusty, dirty, rusted pickaxes at this point, laid up against the table as they seem to be enjoying a meal before going back to the mines to try and find some sort of purchase within the old dried out mines.
When they walk in and like that whole weird thing went down with the music stopping and stuff like that, Janus does kind of share a look with Florent. A look that probably says, don't cause any trouble, but
Florent just gives him a smile, like mischievous smile, his usual mischievous smile.
Yeah. But as that happens and the saloon starts to resume what they were doing prior to the siblings walking in, Janus will go over to the bar, I guess the counter, I guess.
Florent also does his little playful march up to the bar.
You walk up to the bar where you see this Fire Genasi man standing as he is cleaning a glass and looks over you all. He has a very large mustache that billows like flame, and he has small glasses that cover his eyes as he's looking you two over.
Not very often we get new folks coming into town. Where are you all from?
We're travelers.
We're from all over.
Yeah, what brings you to a small town like this?
We're following the lead. We're part of a group. The others are somewhere.
Let's see. Well, welcome to the city. Could I get you anything?
1 mug of rum for me to glug.
Sure thing.
Looks over to you, Janus.
I'll take the same.
All right, get that fashioned up for you real quick. A gold from each of you, if you don't mind.
Janus will probably go ahead and pay then. Probably for the both of them, so he'll give 2 gold. So I noticed there's not a lot of young people here.
No, this is an old town.
How old?
It's been around for maybe a little over 100 years or so.
Wow.
A lot of the younger folk have made their way out.
What's keeping people here?
There's still that little spark of hope. As hard as it is to keep believing, there are folks that think there may still be life in those mines yet.
I was going to ask, is there anything sparkling down there?
It hasn't been in over 30 years at this point, but some folks still believe. It's hard to snuff out that flame in them.
As I was walking through, did I notice any kind of authority?
I'd say you saw like 1 or 2 guards wandering through the town itself, but very, very minimal like police force here. This city is fairly close to the city of Ashbourne, one known for its criminal activity. So you get the sense that there isn't much of a police force within this town, given its close proximity.
Did they seem well equipped? The ones that he did see. Okay. Gotcha.
Absolutely not. No. They seem to be working with very old tools, very old weapons. They have like hand crossbows with them, but from their satchels full of bolts, you can tell like most of them only had like 3 or 4 bolts left. Like they don't seem like they're super equipped to deal with anyone out here.
So, who's in charge of this town then?
At this point, I wouldn't say there's much of anyone in charge. Closest thing you got is the sheriff, but even he's looking to leave this place at this point. Think the sun's starting to set on Kokonos. Not much worth staying here any longer.
He walks over and hands both of you a drink.
Thank you very much for your patronage.
Thank you. And he glugs down the rum.
It's an okay rum. It almost tastes kind of dusty, like chalky when you drink it.
It seems like he's not perturbed at all. It seems like he may have drank some low-quality alcohol in his day.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So he does a big, long gulp, and he's like, well, the sun might be setting on this town, but we heard that the daughter of the sun is around here.
Daughter of the sun, you say?
Mm-hmm. And he goes back to drinking.
He looks a little confused at that.
We heard rumors that the goddess Elther was in this region. Or, sorry, that...
Nope, not that one. There you go.
We...
That'd be way, she's way far out. That's way far away.
Elther's here? No.
Yeah, the demigod Marfire, right?
Yeah. We heard rumors that the demigod Marfire was here in this region.
Marfire. Solari's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Strange. Heard a couple folks in town say they were blessed by Solari. They came in fairly recently. Seems like they're taking up refuge down in the mines.
What is your guys' passive perception, by the way?
Florent has 13, I think.
Janus is 17.
It makes sense that Janus noticed this. As you begin to talk about Marfire, Janus, you notice that there's a figure within this bar. They are cloaked in a red shawl, who, upon you guys bringing up Marfire, you watch as that figure seeming like stands up rather abruptly and begins to walk out of the saloon.
If Florent is talking, like while he notices, Janus will kind of give him a look.
What kind of look?
I noticed something. kind of look.
He then starts to quickly drink the rest of his drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll a con save to see if you choke.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, you're fine.
Okay.
And Janus will lean in and whisper, when I asked about Marfire, there was a person in a red shawl that just acted very suspiciously. He just left.
Well, back to work. He'll jump off the stool. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Did Janus touch his drink?
He did. Well, actually, no, he didn't. He probably bought it, but he probably hasn't had time to really drink it.
Florent takes it for a second. And he's like, probably shouldn't. And he puts it back.
As you are heading out, we'll say at this point, Avayath and Rue, you two are beginning to head in the direction of the saloon, having known where Janus and Florent were heading. And as you do so, you notice that as you're about to enter the saloon, somebody like almost bursts through the door and like bumps into you as they are quickly moving. Just like,
excuse me.
Oh.
As they just try to push past you. Both of you noticing that they are, in fact, in a red shawl like had been described prior.
Hey, wait, hold on.
I'm busy, sorry.
Wait, we need to talk to you. Rue starts to follow.
Got somewhere to be.
Could I...
Avayath's gonna grab him. Excuse me.
Yeah, you grab onto him as you watch as Janus and Florent exit the building. As you grab him and you turn him around, you watch as he holds a hand up to you and fire ignites in his hand as he blasts you with fire. Let's roll initiative.
Oh, awesome.
Top of the round is Janus.
So yeah, they come out of the saloon. It's like one of those like swinging like little, like the saloon doors.
Yeah, of course.
Nice. Okay. So after the cloaked figure person bursts through, Janus like follows not too long after and sees Avayath and Rue. Perfect timing, you two.
I'm getting tossed into the face. Help! Help me!
Janus is just like, he'll be all right.
At least we started the fight outside the bar this time.
Janus is going to run up and just try to get this person subdued as efficiently as possible. And he's going to sneak attack, actually.
Alrighty.
He carries his dagger. Usually it's at his like side, like on his like kind of hip. Sometimes it appears to be hidden. But he just quickly just kind of pulls it from his side and sneaks attack this person while Avayath is right there. Okay, I rolled a 24.
Definitely hits. That is double his AC.
So that's 7 normally.
Alrighty.
And we're gonna roll sneak attack. 18.
Alright, he's out.
Okay.
Oh,
Great.
So you jump up from behind him and just like stab him in the back. It's like, ah! As he just like collapses immediately.
Yeah. Janus wasn't aiming to kill. He was aiming to
Subdue.
Yeah.
Then we're moving to Florent.
He goes, "Yay!" And he will run up to him and say, "Oh, already?" And he will prepare a slashing attack with his rapier just in case something unforeseen happens.
We move up to Rue.
I'm going to do a perception check just to see if there's anyone else in the area / like watching. 19.
From around the alleyways, you see a number of other cloaked figures approach from the shadows.
The alleyway.
Oh,
As you all now notice these figures beginning to approach you all, thinking they had the drop on you, but immediately getting spotted.
I don't think I can use another bonus action, so I am done.
Do you want to move anywhere?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Avayath, you are up.
I think he'd be wanting to try and protect Rue, so he's gonna run right up in front of her. Looks like they've got backup.
You should do this one so you're not right next to 2.
That's what Avayath would do.
That's what Avayath would do.
My protection style fighting can't help you if you're 1 square away from me, unfortunately, so...
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, this is what Avayath would do. All right, gonna swing against the guy in front of me then. Swing! 26 across the stomach. That's 5 slashing damage.
Yeah, you cut across him, and he's just like, ah!
And then he's gonna do a downward slash for his second attack. 9 to hit.
That's a miss, unfortunately.
Whoa.
So as you slash him once across the stomach, he definitely dodges out of the way, not wanting to take another strike. Then it is the cultist's turn. This one here is going to move towards Rue and is going to make a scimitar attack against you.
Gotcha.
That's a natural 1, so they miss. And then the one in front of Avayath is going to attack him. Oh my god, that is a fucking 5.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot more than that to hit this guy.
And then this one down here is going to attempt to hit Janus with a firebolt. And that's a fucking 9.
It does not hit.
Yeah.
Awesome. So they all fuck up immediately.
I like to imagine he shoots this fireball at Janus, whose back is turned, but Janus kind of like senses it almost and just kind of like moves his head.
And then this one is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It goes over there. Janus, it is your turn.
Oh, awesome. That was like really kind of perfect. Yeah, so he evades the firebolt and turns around to like try to look for the person who shot at him, but the person's gone now. So, so he'll call it to Florent and it's just like, Florent, did you see where they went?
he's playing hide and seek. And it looks like he's about to like start running this way to go like corner him.
So Janus will approach from the other end then.
Hell yeah. Tag team.
Yeah. So he'll go.
Exactly.
He'll go 5. Should I dash?
You can as a bonus action as a rogue.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
cool.
should.
Yeah. So 60. Perfect.
That is so perfect. You can prepare.
So you see him. Currently, he appears to have some kind of stone in his hand as you begin to approach.
I'm going to prepare an action to cast a spell called Burning Hands. And the trigger is going to be when Florent makes a certain attack.
Then we will move on to Florent.
He will dash. Ooh, it's just out of the reach. Oh.
That's okay.
No, that's okay, because I have other spells. I have other cold spells. Action Surge to get his action back. He will use it to cast. I'll do Ray of Frost. A frigid beam of blue-white light streaks toward a creature within range. So basically, Florent sees that he's not close enough to quite do what he would have liked to do. So he'll extend his hand. So he will say, "Forecast calls for," and he will attack with his Ray of Frost as his horns and eyes glow white with his cold energy. And that
triggers Janus's action.
Alrighty.
21 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Yay! Okay, so the damage shall be 8 cold damage from Florent as his little beams of light cold hurtle towards him. Then Janus's attack goes off.
So the trigger was the phrase "forecast calls for," and Janus responds with this, and then he reaches out a hand, and he's gonna cast Burning Hands. This person will need to make a dexterity saving throw.
They got a 13.
That's not good enough, unfortunately. So they take full damage from this. It also ignites flammable objects in the area, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
About to set this town on fire.
Hopefully not. 10.
That is exactly the amount of hit points he had left.
Oh.
So you watch this man just as he burns alive.
We got hit by cold in the back.
Yeah, roll a d20 for me.
Which me?
Yeah, just a straight d20 for me.
Okay. 19.
Okay, the house next to you does not catch on fire.
Oh.
I was like, you're really close to something that looks like wood, so.
Yeah, thankfully you fire low enough that it only burns against the stone that makes up the lower half of this house, and therefore do not catch the house on fire. Only this man, as he is burned.
Yay! Florent claps.
There's no saving that guy. He's gone.
Oops. No, we never said these guys were good.
All right.
Yeah. That's why they killed him behind the house, so Avayath wouldn't see.
Yeah, he doesn't have to see. He disappeared. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, he's just gone. I don't know. Moving over to Rue. It is your turn.
I'm attacking with my rapier. Well, I got 2 attacks, so 9 for the first one.
That is a miss.
12 for the second.
That just hits.
Yeah.
They have a very low AC. They are a CR 1/8.
5 damage.
So Avayath
Yeah,
did.
you jab into this dude. He's just like, ugh.
Rue looks a little bit shaken, I would note, seeing these figures again. She's made a couple quips to try and make it seem like she's not, but she's off her game right now.
Then with that, we will move to Avayath.
Rue, we both did minimal damage. We have so much in common.
Oh my
Wow.
god, we should date. No, okay.
Oh my god. No, okay, so I'll go for the guy in front of him since we did 5 damage to both of them anyways. Doesn't matter which one I hit. That's 20. Let's go.
Gotta be impressive.
Yeah.
Do I overdo it is the question.
You don't need to.
You almost definitely will not roll low enough not to kill this dude. But, like,
Yeah, but it would
You
be
don't-
cool.
this definitely isn't the last combat you're going to have.
Yeah, but I get to do double damage, you guys.
Okay. Do what you want. Do what Avayath would do.
Would Avayath do that, though? Would he kill this man?
No, he's gonna do max
Oh my
damage.
Maximum
God.
damage, yeah. So you bludgeon him over the head.
He's not going to kill him, but he's going to do maximum damage. Yeah.
Yeah, you crack his skull open and subdue him.
See, that's 20 damage with a normal ass slash. That's insane.
Yep, you subdue this dude as he is on the ground, dead. Subdued.
Bonk so hard that you swear the ground broke below him.
Yeah. As you just hear this violent.
Even at level 8, Avayath's like, I gotta wreck shit.
I have that bloodlust.
Well, you see, Rue right next to him is clearly slightly upset.
Yeah.
So he had to.
Yeah.
He had to show who's boss.
I got it, babe.
Alrighty. That second one also hits.
Yeah, 17 to hit, and then 8 slashing damage.
8 slashing damage. He is still up as you slash into him, and he looks very scared currently.
You should probably forfeit.
He is going to bonus action, disengage, and begin to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, as he begins to try and run. And you see him speaking into what appears to be a small stone. He seems to be shouting something as he's trying to flee.
Avayath, we can't let any of them get away.
Yeah, seems like it. Okay, go after him.
Janus, it is your turn.
He vaguely has an understanding of the situation. I'm sure like their voices might carry, like even though he can't hear them clearly.
Avayath is pretty fucking loud all the time.
Yeah, just all the time. So he is going to try to take the quickest path there. I wish I could just jump across the building, like just run on the rooftops.
You can.
Oh,
It'll take longer, but you can.
You can try. You want to roll acrobatics or athletics?
I think it'll be a cool look. So yeah, I will. Can I get up there first of all? That's what I want to. That's what I'll use my action for that, and then maybe bonus action to do movement stuff. I don't know.
Roll an acrobatics check or athletics, whichever you prefer. It'll determine how much action or bonus action or what not you need to use to actually get up this house.
I'll do acrobatics. It makes sense for acrobatics, I guess. It's a 12.
12. Okay, so that's above average. We can say if you use your bonus action, you can get to the top of the house with ease.
I'll do that. I'll use my bonus action to assist me in getting up to the top of this house here. And then I'll use my movement to start getting towards this. I mean, he climbs up here so he can get a vantage point so he can see which direction the guy's going because he was cut off before.
Mm-hmm.
But he sees that he's over here. Sorry, to be more descriptive, the person is running towards the top of the map for what we're looking at here.
Yeah, down the road.
Yeah, down the road. And yeah, Janus is going to just start running across. So he'll Can I hop down?
Yeah, sure.
And that's my turn.
And then Florent, it is your turn.
Florent sees his brother go up on the roof and clearly see where he's looking to find where to go and starts running across that way. And Florent will say, "No fair, I want to go up on the roof." But he will turn the corner and will get close enough where he shall do another Ray of Frost, which is a cantrip.
Alrighty, sounds good.
So he gets close enough and sees the guy running, and he'll go, "Freeze!" And then he
Natural
20s.
20. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna freeze, all right. Go ahead and roll damage.
He's also gonna stop and drop, you see. So.
Yep.
10 cold damage.
So that's 20 altogether. This dude just freezes in place, and as he freezes that way, you watch him begin to tilt backwards as he was on one foot and just fall into the ground and just shatter like a statue.
Ooh.
And that puts an end to this combat.
That's awesome.
Somebody get a broom.
Rue has a little frown on her face, and she side glances at Avayath and walks forward a little bit, and under her breath is like, "You guys really shouldn't do that in front of him. He's going to be upset now."
It's not my fault he couldn't take the cold.
I don't think that one's a big deal. These aren't exactly good people.
Yeah.
And he will grab out some rope, tie it around this unconscious body. I'm going to heal him just a little bit with lay on hands so that we can ask him some questions. Just be prepared for if he tries anything funny.
Let's surround him.
Here, I'll go right here. Oh, okay. Oop.
Oh.
They try to surround him, and they bonk into each other. Yeah.
No, I'll go here.
Rue's got her sword poised in front of him.
Florent will copy her.
let's search his pockets real quick just to make sure he doesn't have any sending stones or anything on him.
Looking him over, he does indeed appear to have a sending stone on him.
Ah, good. I thought to check that. Okay.
See who he last called in his recent contacts. No.
See what apps he has. Does he have any fun games on here?
You've got to get past Face ID first.
No, but Avayath will actually use 1 point of lay on hands to bring this guy back out after tying him with rope.
Yeah, you watch him just like come to very suddenly, only to find himself struggling against ropes as he is tied up and looking up at the four of you.
I don't recommend you try anything. We have some questions for you.
What do you want?
I want to know where Marfire is.
You're here to try and take her out, are you?
Trying to make sure she doesn't cause any damage to the people of this town.
Yeah, he looks displeased with the situation.
Rue's hand is shaking ever so slightly with the sword pointed at him.
Tell us.
He is looking around currently at the situation. If one of you or two of you want to roll intimidation, you are free to.
What's my intimidation? I have a +3.
+0.
+4.
+6.
Oh.
Janus can be quite intimidating. So it could be Janus and Avayath, which I guess makes sense.
You guys can go ahead and roll intimidation.
Florent and Rue are the cute ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I got on that one, though.
No!
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, 16.
With the two of you looming over him, this cultist seems to be like,
All right, fine. She's down in the mines,
What's she doing down there?
biding her time.
Biding our time for what?
You got first-hand experience with it, don't you?
Shut up.
She's gonna burn this place down.
Yeah.
he's waiting for the beat of silence, like expecting more questions. He's like, oh, that was a genuine question? Oh, yes.
Why?
That's all she knows how to do. Comes into towns and ransacks them.
Seems like it.
And what about the people here who live here?
They'll be reborn in the flames.
Rue's gonna knock him out.
Dug it out.
Yeah, I was gonna knock him out anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna knock him out.
They both go for it. Literally, Florent was about to freeze him at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't need to roll.
All go for
You all
it.
just like immediately like clock this dude as he looks up to you like with a Willem Dafoe face. It's just like and then just beat the fuck out of this dude as he's knocked unconscious again.
We gotta decide on one person to do that in the future.
Yeah, this dude's dead now. His head's a pancake.
Well, you see, that guy pissed me off.
Okay, then you can do it next time.
Rue sheaths her sword.
Janus puts his dagger up.
Rue was going for non-lethal. She was hitting him with the back of, like, the hilt of her sword, but then
Somebody
everyone...
did lethal damage. One of us did.
Yeah.
Which one was?
You
You never
know?
know.
It's like the
One of you
firing
went to
squad.
kill. Yeah, exactly.
Rue assumes that Avayath does not attack with the intent to kill, especially when they're trying to get information, so...
Yeah, I mean, Avayath you would have seen was going for an unarmed strike, then everybody else started beating up the guy and was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why earlier she was like, you shouldn't do that in front of him, because
Right.
she assumes his first instinct is not to kill, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, doesn't seem like there's much left to do but to look into the mines.
Let's get this over with.
Into the mines we go.
Rue's got a couple fireflies buzzing around her.
So you guys begin to walk through the city as the buildings get sparser and sparser the further down into this ditch you go, before you eventually come upon the abandoned mines. As the town slopes downwards towards the base of this cliff, you see many burrows in the side of this stone wall where miners have excavated all that they could from the land. We see a variety of abandoned tools and overturned mine carts that have become covered in a fine layer of dust and sand. As in the wall of this cliff face, there are 3 main mine shafts that seem to stick out to you in particular.
Oh, so it's like a split path thing?
Yes, there's a mine shaft that leads off to the left, there's one that leads off to the right, and there's one that leads right down the center.
Well, looking at this place, I think Janus would probably try to do some observation. Does it seem like if he looks at like the ground, does it seem like someone is like has like fresh footprints, or can he detect like a smell or any sounds or something coming from one over the others?
Roll a survival check.
Okay, nice. 14.
So, looking around the area, you do notice that there are a number of footprints that seem fairly fresh in the area. Footprints seem to go down all 3 pathways, but with a 14, you notice that the most common path that they seem to go down, the left mine shaft and the center one.
The left mine shaft and the center one seem to be getting the most traffic, if you look at the footprints.
Left or right?
I was going to suggest right way is the right way.
Would the walk here have counted as a short rest?
Yeah, so we can say the walk here counted as a short rest.
Florent will say, left or right then? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Actually, that one was miney. I think I want to go that way. Well?
Which one was miney? Was that left?
Yeah, I'll say it's left.
My left or your left?
Which mine shaft are you going down? Left or center?
I'll have a wide lead.
To the center we go.
You begin to head down the center mine shaft, following the rails down a main hall of jagged stone held up by decaying wooden support beams. As you are heading down this hall, every so often you come upon intersecting halls that often lead to dead ends as far as you can immediately see. Cobwebs hang from the ceiling and the support beams with a thick layer of dust that seems to cover much of the abandoned mining equipment. As you're walking along, are you having any sort of conversation with one another?
Rue's been oddly quiet after seeing the cultists once they started going into the mine.
Janus is multitasking. He's keeping an ear out for anything that sounds out of the ordinary, but I think he would just want to clarify what their I guess plan is. So he will ask Avayath and Rue, what do we do if we find Marfire?
We get rid of her. This time for good.
You do know what that means, right?
It's going to upset the gods, but we can't let her go free anymore.
Solari has so many daughters, she can live with losing one.
Damn.
People who worship Elther don't have a good opinion on Solari.
Okay. That's fair.
And neither does Avayath, apparently.
Understood.
Florent, as they were going along, is sort of humming to himself and looking at the walls to see if there's anything that sparkles.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Ooh, that one.
Oh.
Nope, these are bone dry. There doesn't seem to be anything sparkling whatsoever within these mines. True to the barkeep's word, it seems like most of the mine's resources have completely dried out. It seems like they have been stripped clean of anything within them still.
We should keep an eye out for the town's workers down here. We don't want them getting caught up in this.
You think they're still down here?
Seemed like most might have been in the saloon, but you never know.
Let's hope they're not down here, but it's good to be prepared for the worst. Speaking of which, Rue, are you doing all right?
I'm fine.
Well, you can believe in us, Rue. But it's easy for me to believe in myself as long as you do, so just stay
I said I'm fine, Avayath.
Right. Sorry.
I think Janus might fall back a bit and walk close to Avayath. I never heard the full story. What's your connection to Marfire?
An unfortunate one. It was the biggest mission I ever had to try and stop Marfire from burning everything down, and I didn't really succeed. Rue's father was one of them who fell victim and found himself joining the cult. But after the cult started burning everything down, it seems like she lost that faith. Don't know if she ever really believed in that cult to begin with. But it was quite the tragedy. Fortunately, Merlin showed up to save the day.
His eyebrows raise a little bit, just slightly. The chosen one.
Yes. You could say we're friends. She's been my mentor figure for a bit.
He doesn't believe you.
Yeah, I mean, you might not have even heard about Avayath being there. It's just like, Merlin helped everybody. It was just Merlin.
Right. Don't worry. We'll stop her.
Glad to hear it. Pats him on the back a bit too hard, as he tends to do.
Pushes him into the wall.
As you head down this mine shaft, the rails stop where they seem to have once hit a wall, only for you to find that whatever was here before has been completely melted away. It seems like rather than mined forward, something has come through this tunnel and melted the stone in place to clear a path for itself forward, where there are no longer any branching tunnels. It is just one tunnel that leads straight forward from here.
Oh.
Well, pretty strong evidence that Marfire and her cult have been here.
Let's be on our guard.
Certainly. Avayath, upon seeing this, is going to use Divine Sense. Within 60 feet, detect presence of undead, celestial, or fiend. Also detect consecrated or desecrated object or place.
As you are attempting to sense anything within the area, you do not get anything back.
Divine Sense is not picking up anything immediately. I don't know if Marfire would pick up as a celestial. I would think so. But anyways, still keep an eye out just in case.
Forward march.
What's the, I guess, level of light in here?
0 currently.
I use Produce Flame, one of my cantrips. So, last 10 minutes, I got a little flame in my hand.
Rue holds out their hand and produces a small flame to illuminate the tunnel itself. As you all begin to walk down the center shaft towards, assumedly, Marfire.
Hello, Sparks! Welcome back to the start of our 5th and final season, and thank you for allowing me to take over as we explore Avayath's past. We have one more episode left before we get back to everything else that was going on where we left off last season, but rest assured, I'm sure everything is going to be just fine for the main party, and absolutely nothing else bad will happen this season. That being said, we'd like to thank those who supported the fundraiser and made the opening credits possible for this season. You can see the art created for some of these lovely people on the screen right now. We'll be showcasing our donors every outro this season to show our appreciation for making this possible. And of course, we want to thank our high-tier patrons for their long-running support of the show. MeltiMoon, Travis, Alex Solana, EpiAureum, Homunculus Derelictus, Angelic Dragon, Bubby, Zab, Z.Gutz, and Mr. Bakudan. We're so happy to be back, and as always, we'll see you soon, fellow Sparks.
Shout to me what they made you out to be. First in class and start to scream so I can shout with you. Cry to me rivers that will raise the sea, creeks of pain and apathy, so I can cry